Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Barney's Trains and Things. I'm Gary, commonly known as Barney, and sorry I haven't put out a video for about almost 3 weeks, but I'm going to get one out today, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the difference in scales. And so stay tuned, and I'll get back to you in a minute. Welcome back, folks, and we're going to start a little show and tell a little bit about my engines. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know a lot about the style of engines and what they are. This is a mogul, and if I'm wrong, I invite you to correct me, because I'm still learning about the engines, about their histories and stuff like that. This is an engine I picked up a while back, and I'm very proud of it. And I've run it a few places. It hasn't been out. Well, it was out at our garden layout at Sunset Hill Farm here once or twice this summer, and it don't pull a lot, but it can pull small passenger cars and small freight coal cars and stuff like that. And it's a nice little runner. It does have smoke capabilities. I haven't worked on that yet, but I did have a buddy of mine fix the smoker and clean this all up, put all new grease in it, and it's a nice little runner. It really is. Now, I'm going to show you the very first G I bought. This is Aristocraft model. Aristocraft isn't, I don't believe they're made anymore. This is the Virginian Truckee. I believe it's a mogul. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Moguls came out about 1892 is what I found out on the internet. I'm going to be doing some really hard studying about the history of engines and stuff, and trains, and you're going to be seeing both these trains filmed out at our layout this summer. This is the Virginian Truckee Railroad. I do have some passenger cars the club owns out there, and if I take this out, I usually run it with 2 or 3 passenger cars. It's this nice little engine I bought at auction, and it's a nice little runner. I've had to repair it a few times on different things, but it runs real nice. Now, this first one, I forgot to tell you, this is made by LGB. This is originally a German company. I don't know if they're still making them over in Germany for sure. I know some of their plants closed, plants, and I do believe there's LGB America, but I'm not sure if they make them here or they're brought from Germany. But the LGB, to me, is one of the best G model engines, cars around, and I have the LGB you've seen on my other videos of my layout. It's a brown one. It's Pennsylvania Railroad, and I have cars for it and all, and I tell you, I've just had minor things repaired on both these, and they just run like a top, and I'm just very proud to own both these LGBs, and I'm always looking around for a deal on another LGB. Now, I'm going to try to get you up here a little bit to see some of the cars. Those Pennsylvania Railroad cars I got up there are all LGB. And I'm real proud to have some Pennsylvania cars because I had two relatives, one being my mom's father, my grandfather, who I never met. He was gone before I was born, but he worked on railroad, was injured on railroad, and I have his retirement papers here from the railroad and stuff. I'm very honored to have those. I keep them on display from time to time. And I also have some, I don't have the cars out on this side of the track right now. Okay, and I'll show you some more here in a second. Okay, we're going to show you, before I go to the old gauge, I'm going to show you two of the cabooses that I have for the G scale. This is Pennsylvania. This came with my Pennsylvania set of cars and coal cars that I bought from a good friend downstate Indiana for me. This goes to the other little engine, Lake George and Boulder Railroad. I forgot to tell you the name of the railroad that was on that car or engine before. Folks, I may learn to talk in these videos yet. And I used to be in theater. They just don't use cabooses anymore. They have little transmitters and signals on the back of the last car on freight trains now that show when the train is past the crossings and stuff. But in the old days, they had somebody right in the end there they sat up and they used to watch the cars and help disconnect cars and stuff and reconnect at different junctions. Those were the days. And he kept paperwork back there, and they had a little wood burner back there, coal burner, keep themselves warm in the winter. I've been in a few cabooses, and there's something that's fading away, but there's a few people saving the cabooses, and you can see them at railway museums and different places. So maybe this summer I'll be able to show you a caboose on here in person. So I'm going to show you another caboose here in a second. Well, we're back again. This is a nice little trolley car, United Trolley Company car that I also bought this at an auction, and it's a good little runner. I have had a friend of mine replace the engine on it for me. It's made by Bachman, and I don't run it a lot on my track. I have taken it out to the Ileana Garden Railway Society and run it a few times. But once in a while I get it out and run around the track here. I just think it's a neat little piece. I'll turn it a little bit for you. Oops, sorry. Got an engineer in here. And I got an engineer here. Lights up when I run it. It's just a neat little piece. I'm very happy to have it. So in a minute here I'm going to pull out some old gauge and show you the difference. So hang on a minute here. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to get out of the chair here to show this to you folks, but this is my diesel Santa Fe. They don't even run these anymore. Santa Fe Railroad. Now in the future I'm going to give you more a history of this type of engine, and that'll be in a future video. I got a couple Milwaukee Road passenger cars that I run on here, in addition to the Santa Fe cars. Now the lights don't work on this, but I'm going to be working on that to get them running. Okay, I just wanted to get that train ahead. These are my Santa Fe. I'm going to be getting a couple more Santa Fe cars, and I'm going to take these two Milwaukee Roads off and use them solely with steam engines here pretty soon. I got a lot of ideas. They're coming up. I'm just going to give you a quick little overview of my old scale. We're going to do a whole video about it running and the different houses and stuff on it. I got a mountain. I even got a power plant back there on it. Nuclear power plant. First, before I go to HO, I'm going to show you the three of the nicest cabooses I got in old gauge. I got a few more, but these are just excellent old gauge car or cabooses. And of course I'm very close to Pennsylvania, and I've said that before. I'm sorry that railroad isn't around anymore. But like I said before, I'm doubly sad that they don't use cabooses anymore. This is my Pennsylvania Railroad. This is my Union Pacific. Now, if there's any railroad current or in the past besides Pennsylvania Railroad that I like, it's Union Pacific. I just have always thought that Union Pacific Railroad was just one of the sharpest railroads, and still are today. Future videos, I'll talk more about Union Pacific, and I'm going to show you in HO some Union Pacific. No, I guess I don't have one ready. Sorry to tilt the camera there, folks. But I'll be showing you some Union Pacific engines in the future. Now these are all old gauge. Now this was the CXT railroad. Now that's a sharp caboose. Notice how they had the, see where my finger is? They had the windows on the side, but they didn't have them up above. They watched from the sides instead of up above. But if I had to pick a favorite type of railroad car, I like this one, or caboose, I'm sorry. I just really like this. But I'm really proud to have these real nice cabooses in my collection. I actually have two of these Union Pacific. I have one in my office on my right by my desktop computer where I put my videos together. I got one that I look at all the time. I love Union Pacific cars. I really do. Okay. These are HO scale. It's a size down from the O scale, and I tell you what, I really like HO scale, but unfortunately I do have troubles with my hands working with, well, I don't too much with this as I do with Engage. Now Engage, I'll show you an example of it here in a little while, but I don't run Engage. In fact, any Engage I got, I take to train shows when we do have train shows because of COVID to sell. I've sold a lot to a friend of mine, and in fact, I sold my whole layout to him, or yeah, and because end scale is smaller yet, and there's a Z cage that's smaller than that. I got crippled up hands from an industrial accident that just don't allow me to go any smaller than HO. It's just too hard for me to work on. These are Santa Fe Railroad. I run these two tandem on my freight train on the HO. Now this one don't even have a motor in it. We call it the dummy. But you know, they always ran extra power a lot on the trains, so it would look like there's two engines running on this. I've only had this one a year, and I tell you, it's a nice little Santa Fe freight train. Okay, this is my other Santa Fe diesel that correct me people if I'm wrong. I believe these were Alco F somethings. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some more research on these. Right now I've been pulling my Amtrak with this. I've got a shelf for Amtrak, I just haven't got a running chassis right now to put it on. And but this is my little Santa Fe diesel. As you can tell, it's a lot like my HO over there, or my O, sorry folks. I got a little, I wasn't going to show you this, but I got a little junkyard of Union Pacific. I'm working on a chassis for that one right now, but that's what the Union Pacifics pretty much look like today, pretty close. This is one of my Amtrak chassis. I think I got two here. Yeah, it's my other Amtrak chassis, or body, I should say. I got more Santa Fe's, and I got another Union Pacific here that the motor burned up on it. I just got the body off looking for a whole new chassis. More Santa Fe's. But that's my little junkyard I keep. So anything that needs to be repaired, I got box cars and another Amtrak passenger car without wheels on there. That's my junkyard. I'll set these out of the way. Yeah, I'll be back here in just a second. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing my different scales of trains and stuff. And I hope you're all keeping warm in this cold weather. It's about 5 degrees here in northwest Indiana. And it don't look like it's going to get warmer for the next week or so. And it's supposed to start snowing here in a little bit, but not too much today. But sorry I haven't been able to put more videos on here in the last couple weeks, but been busy with a couple different projects here on the trains, and I've been racking my brain just to know what I want to present to you on these videos. When it warms up, we're going to be outside quite a bit, and I hope to go to a couple places and show you more train stuff. So this is Gary, commonly known as Barney, for Barney's Trains and Things. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.